Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Funko Pop Games Fallout No. 50 Feral Ghoul. Spot picked this up as well as the R2L3 that we already had a look at from the folks over at Dorkside Toys. I'll provide the link down below if you guys are interested in picking this up for yourself. I will admit that I have not really played Fallout. However, the reason for wanting to get the Feral Ghoul was just because it looks like a really cool skinned zombie. And you know how much Spot loves zombies. It is recommended for ages 17 and up and comes to us from the folks over at Funko. Down below we've got a picture of the Feral Ghoul on the back, or on the side, this same image as on the front, just a little bit smaller. And then on the back, the other Fallout characters consist of Vault Boy, Lone Wanderer, male, Lone Wanderer, female, Brotherhood of Steel, Feral Ghoul, Super Mutant, and Deathclaw. Deathclaw would also be one I'd really like to pick up. It also kind of reminds me of the Violator. So, there you go. Spot's going to take a break, get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Pop Vinyl Fallout No. 50 Feral Ghoul. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's more heading your way. Stay tuned. With the Feral Ghoul out of packaging, let's get a better look at this vinyl figure. I find, sadly, one of the problems with this particular figure is he doesn't stand very well, or at least on this fabric backdrop where Spot does his reviewing, he falls over. And I don't know if the culprit could be to the fact that his body is really skinny and his head is really big that ends up making him very top-heavy. So that's one little thing. Now, granted, if you were going to put it on a hard surface, like a desk or, let's say, a bookcase, it may not likely fall over at all for you. Maybe you can probably see one of the main reasons why, again, I wanted to pick this particular figure up is look how cool this is. It's taking things that I like so much about Funko Pop vinyl figures and still giving it a very creepy look to it. As opposed to black eyes, which we so frequently see with Funko vinyl figures, the Ghoul here instead gets white eyes, which again is a really nice touch. It certainly pops between that and the yellow teeth. It pops on this reddish flesh color that makes up the majority of his head and makes up the majority of his body. He's very malnourished. He's very lanky and skeletal in his frame. And he's got ripped pants, kind of like the Hulk. Although, I don't know, Hulk, by comparison, maybe looks a little tamer. This guy just looks really scary looking. He's lunging forward, which I guess is a good way to display him. He does have posability, but yes, it's only, sadly, in his head. That's the only posable option that you have available for the Ghoul, which pretty much is on par with all the Funko Pop vinyl figures. The only difference is when you start getting into the bobbleheads, you lose all posability options in favor of, you know, a bobblehead. I'm glad this guy isn't a bobblehead, because I think displaying him just as a posable, posable in the sense that you could rotate his head, I think is a better option, to be honest. Spot certainly collects a ton of the Pop vinyl figures. I tend to gravitate towards specific properties that I have a soft spot for. So like movies, specific games, I tend to pick up those. But then there's always the odd little character that while I'm, if I'm picking something up online and I pick up one thing, I'm like looking around and I might see something else that just really draws me in. This is kind of just an amalgamation of a zombie with red skull. I mean, there's just a lot of love, a lot of cool factor for the Feral Ghoul. So even though I don't play, to be honest, Fallout, I gotta say the Fallout Feral Ghoul was a pickup I'm glad I grabbed. Speaking of grabbing, that's a good segue. Speaking of grabbing, if you'd like to grab this guy for yourself, you can click the link down below and pick this guy up right away now from Dorkside Toys. Today we're having a look at the Pop vinyl figures of Fallout. This was number 50. We're looking today at the Feral Ghoul. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.